Toaster's here. Toaster's here.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pumbaa.
Ready to go to work, babe? No. Have a lovely day. I will listen. Bye, honey. Have a good day. Manu was had night shift last night, so I'm going to get her work in early and maybe do another one with him this afternoon. The footage earlier was of Stuart's awesome go-karting birthday party. Alright Stuart, let's go man. I don't want to see any smashing, I don't want to see any bumping, screw that, skidding. I want to see you drive safely, slowly like a grandma. Good luck with that. It was awesome. We all wore helmets and we drove as fast as we could. That is Janetta, Inez, Marianne, Herky, Jennifer, Cheryl, Sylvia, Liz, Salsal, Dia, Jovi, Vivian, Anita, Rose, Auntie Libertine, Selva, Queenie, Andrea, Mercedes, Nitley, and Ilda. Thanks, you guys are awesome. So I'm a nurse. I've been a nurse for a long time. I've worked for a long time in trauma type areas. I'm not going to say where I work, and nothing I say reflects the opinions of anywhere that I have worked or currently work or the people I work with. This is just my personal opinions about how to survive in hospital. I've seen so many people come into hospital, whether it be through the emergency department or straight into other departments. And regardless of what's going on, the type of care they're receiving and who's there to assist them, I've always noticed that there's certain things that a patient or someone arriving in hospital could always have just to make life less stressful, less anxious and more comfortable. Because in the end, even though hospitals are there to sort of help you, to treat you, to make sure that you don't, die or get too sick or whatever, they're not pleasant places to be in. Generally speaking, you're going to be hearing a lot of people in pain, you're going to be a lot of people complaining, you're going to be smelling bad smells, and you're going to be worried about yourself or you're going to be worried about your relative. Nothing about that is nice or comfortable, so it's very easy to become anxious, annoyed, frustrated, or worried that things aren't being done. So here are my 4 recommendations for surviving in hospital. Number 1. If you need to come to hospital for whatever reason, now most people come via the emergency department because they're worried about something or they've hurt themselves, bring a pillow. Now I understand that there's a concern when you do bring your own pillow from home that there is an infection control issue and need to be, don't bring in your dirty, disgusting, vomit-covered, spit-covered pillow that might, cause infection control issues in a hospital. Bring a pillow that is just comfortable for you and clean. Now, why do I say bring a pillow? Number one, if you're going to ED, you are going to be probably waiting a long time unless you are seriously sick. A pillow is invaluable as something to sleep on, to lie on, to use as a rest on your knees so you can put other objects on, like to reading material and so forth. It can allow you to have a snooze while you're waiting to be seen. It's an element of comfort that you take from home that takes away a lot of anxiety and helps you pass the time. Something that emergency departments and other wards are always short of is pillows. So having your own pillow when you're admitted solves that problem. Just don't put a white pillow slip on it, otherwise you might never see it again. Number two, earplugs or earphones. Many of you guys have probably experienced it before, that when you're in an emergency department or a ward, or all you're doing really is listening and looking to see what's going on around you. You want to know what's happening. Is the doctor coming to you soon? How fast are people going? How long do you think you have to wait for? What's happening? What are you waiting for? Communication generally in hospital is not very good in terms of client to patient relationships. In some areas it is quite good, but I have to say from my personal experience, usually telling the patient what's happening and how long it's going to take is very poor. So if you have earphones, you don't have to listen to other people talking about their worries. You don't have to listen to doctors and nurses to wonder, oh, are they going to talk about me, or are they going to grab me soon? You can keep distracted. You can be listening to whatever you want to listen to keep your mind off the fact that you're waiting. And you find that time will go really fast, and also your anxiety levels will drop significantly because you're no longer just staring at the walls hoping someone will come soon. Number three, bring a significant other. It doesn't matter if it's your wife, your brother, your sister, your mum, whoever, and it doesn't actually matter if they're with you physically in the ED or wherever you are in hospital, or just able to be contacted 24/7 on a phone. Have someone ready to talk to whenever you need to talk to someone, or just to discuss how you're going. There is a massive benefit to whenever you're worried, concerned, or not sure what's going on, just talking about your feelings, emotions, your thoughts about what's happening, and it's a massive relief, and it really cures anxiety, makes you feel more comfortable, and also helps you to rationalize what's important and also what's not important. So many people think that they should be seen first, that they are more important than anyone else in the hospital, and they don't understand why they're not being seen now by a doctor or a nurse. But if you start to think about it for a while and talk about it and let the drama drop down, what you realize is there are people who are very sick in the hospital, and they need some attention, or things are going to get really bad. So you need to allow them to be cared for before you're cared for. And if you're in a situation where it's a very minor injury and the hospital is absolutely packed, it might be a situation where you might not even need to be there. You can just go to a medical center and get it sorted out in the long term, so that those other people who are very sick can get the attention that they need. Knowing that priority, but also being able to rationalize it and talk to someone about it, is a huge help to get in the right mindset about being in hospital. Number four, look at the name tags of the health workers that are directly involved with you and remember their names. Now, I'm not saying this in order you can remember like who stuffed up and try and get them in trouble later or report them to the managers or whatever. I'm saying that number one, it will allow you, if you call them by their name, it will immediately create a connection between you and the other person, and in the healthcare worker's mind, they'll be thinking of you a little bit more than others, and they'll be a little bit more worried about you than others. Generally in hospital, there's a high circulation of people, and even though we have patient-centered care as the ideal system, a human works by generally caring more about the people that we know than the people that we don't. It's not a professional aspect, it's just a human aspect. So if you remember their names, remember the name of the nurse, or remember the name of the ward clerk, and go, oh, thanks Helen, or oh, thanks Peter, or hey Peter, is there any chance I can grab a glass of water? And even give them compliments. Say like, oh, thank you so much Peter, appreciate it, or hey Peter, how much longer until the blood test will come back? You stop becoming a number at that point and you become a human, and the healthcare system will maybe treat you a little bit more like a human. Follow these 4 steps and you absolutely can't go wrong. But that's just my opinion.